Welcome back to my backyard snack yard. It's a very blustery, very cold day here in the very end of September, and it's time for another unboxing. This is not something I was planning, once again, because I have so many plants at the moment that need to come inside. I need to find an overwintering solution for many of them. So I wasn't planning on getting any more plants, but these ones actually will be overwintering outside. They are very hardy. They're actually native to very, very cold climates. So let's have a little look and see what we've got here. I love the way that people they wrap their plants. It's like little beautiful parcels. Let's open up and see how they are. These are really interesting wild berries that I know from my childhood up in the north of Norway and also in Denmark, but they just grow everywhere in the woodlands. And these beautiful, really dark black berries, which is why they're called crowberries. Up in Norway, they're called Crowberries, which also means crowberry. So I think it was just a really popular name for them because of their appearance. Some people say it's also because of the fact that the crows would eat the berries and then sort of disperse their seed elsewhere. So sort of spread the beautiful crowberries. But I think it's mainly because of the color, to be fair. They're really, really lovely. Look, there's a little spider that came along as well for the ride. The thing about them that's a little bit tricky is that you do need to have male and female plants. So I've got two females and one male. And they need to be in ericaceous compost, well, acidic soil. So I'm going to be potting them up all together, sort of noting which ones are male and which ones are female. And then we're just going to try to get them through the winter. They're very hardy, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's just about giving them some nice, well-draining soil that is acidic, and it will be ericaceous in my case. The people who were growing these, they said that it was really tricky to get the male and female. They had to first sex them, of course, and then they had to sort of plant on the little cuttings, and it was really tricky. So it's so exciting to have them. I've been keeping an eye on them for ages, and they kept on saying they had only females, or then they had males, whatever. But now they've got both, so I'm really happy to have these little beauties. Lovely little things. They are in the heather family. The berries themselves, I always thought tasted like the forest with like a twist of heather. It's a really nice flavor for me anyhow. I love it. And my granny used to make crowberry juice out of it, which had a wonderful sort of fresh flavor to it, sort of forest flavor. Really, really a nice berry. I'm not going to have many berries, obviously, but I'm hoping they will spread. They should spread. And it's just fun to have a little bit of a taste of home, I suppose. So there are a few more berries here. Let's have a look. What else we've got over here? So this one is, just open it up. This is a perennial herb called a Good King Henry. They also grow wild, but I've never been able to be sure that I found some. They look so familiar, and I'm sure there are some growing wild in my local area, but I've just never been sure. So I thought if I bought one, I could know what it was like and know what to look for when I'm out foraging. I always find foraging a little bit dodgy because I like to know that I'm not poisoning myself or anyone, for sure. But yeah, they're really lovely plants. They're supposed to grow quite well, like spread quite easily, because they are wild plants really. And then you can eat them as spinach. The young leaves in particular taste really good as spinach. And they're perennial. So I'm going to put that in a pot and grow it on for a while, and then you can get little cuttings from it as they grow bigger and spread. So that's the plan. And finally, last thing are these ones, which I'm actually also very excited about. Have a look. Open it up. Little things, look at them. Oh, yeah. They did say there wouldn't be much growth on them because they're going dormant now. But these are Arctic brambles. So to me, they look a lot like the balloon berries I have, which are a really, really short sort of ground cover raspberry, and they're also known as the strawberry raspberry because they are short, so they remind people of strawberries. They taste a bit like a strawberry. They haven't got the acidity of a raspberry, but they're a bit more They look more like a raspberry too, the actual shape of the berries themselves. But these ones are also going to look like raspberries. They're going to spread like raspberries. They're supposed to be really tasty. The flowers themselves look different. They are purple. But there's one thing about them, and that is that you need to have two different cultivars. Like, they can't be genetically identical in order to pollinate each other and get fruit. So that's why I've got two little guys here. And I'm going to pot them up together. I actually watched a video about these plants, and the grower in Holland, I think, he had a huge plant of them, and he said it was two plants, because you need the two, in a very big pot. And the plant he had was 2 years old, and it was just full of fruit. He said that you get hundreds of fruits just from one big pot of two plants. So I'm going to just bide my time and grow this guy on, keep them in a nice pot. They'll be nice and dormant. They have no specific soil requirements, which is really handy. So I'll just pot them up and they're really, really, really cold hardy, but I'll keep them in my greenhouse just to keep them safe. And hopefully we'll see them come up in the spring again. I love edible ground cover. I have so many strawberries as well, like wild strawberries in this one little shaded area, and it's so lovely just to see them like a little mat, and then you get little beautiful baby strawberries that taste extra sweet and extra strong of strawberry. So this will be really nice too. I mean, I'll keep them in the pot as I said, but you know, eventually they can spread out, and I could add them to the little areas, little nooks and crannies, just to have a bit of edible ground cover everywhere. I've done that with the balloon berries. They're sort of really spreading all over the garden, and it's wonderful. So I'll get these guys potted up now. So there they are. They're all potted up really nicely. I'm very happy here. I'm gonna go and find a little spot for them in the greenhouse now and try to keep them safe over winter. I found a little spot for them, and I put them on a gravel tray as well. So there is the Arctic Bramble, the good King Henry, and the amazing Crowberries, all three of them. The thing is, they're so hardy, they would be absolutely fine out in the garden with temperatures, you know, dropping and everything, but they're so young. I want to just keep them and protect them, at least for the first winter. Keep them safe from cold winds and damaging insects and bugs and things. I really like the nursery I bought them from. I think they look after the plants really well. They really care about them, but also they like to grow lots of local plants, like plants that are native to our country, which we know will do really well here. And that's a huge benefit, because as much as I love growing unusual and exotic plants and things, they are really hard to take care of compared to plants that just come from this area and have adapted and do really, really well here. So hopefully these ones will do just that and grow on really well. So thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye for now.